What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys how to bomb every single coverage in Madden 23. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So I am in the Chiefs offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Chiefs offensive playbook. Now, if you see anything you like or you want to take a look at my ebook selection, please visit my website, allthingsmadden.com. The link is in the description, and also you can actually go on there and actually submit if you want me to do a personal formation for you. So if you like this bunch tight end and you want me to do one for bunch tight end next gen, I can. Or if you like, tight slots, I can do that. So just look on the website, allthingsmadden.com, and it's in the description. But moving forward, I want to go ahead and get this video started. So I'm trying to figure out how I can switch up my videos, switch up how I do things a little bit, just so that way I can reach more of you guys. So I'm gonna kind of play around with thumbnails and all those nature, just to see if I can get the algorithm a little back, because my channel has been going through a little dry spell lately. But without further ado, man, the play that I want to talk about is going to be triple out. We're going to be able to do every single thing out of this triple out, and this play is actually just really crazy. So first, I'm gonna start off with the meta defense, which is dollar. Now I'm gonna show you how to run it through base coverages. So now this isn't a man beater, but there's other ways you could beat man coverage inside a bunch tight end. But you can beat cover 4 drop, cover 2, cover 3, and also match coverage. So we're gonna take a look at all those right now. So what we're gonna do is come out and cover 3, just to keep everything simple. Now when you run this, you want to have your 3 receivers to the strong side of the field or the wide side, whichever one you want to look at it. They both mean the same thing. All right, so for the setup that you guys are wanting, so what you want to do is you want to take X, put him on a streak. You want to take your running back, put him on a curl. You want to take triangle, put him on a streak, and lastly you want to motion square out and put him on a comeback route. So I know this setup looks crazy, but I promise you this setup is fire. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spy this defensive end just so I don't have to keep running it over and over again. But you don't need a lot of time for it to develop. But as you can see, cover 3 actually does play the best, but you want to be able to drift outside in the pocket. I'm gonna go replay real quick and show you. Now the reason I spied him is because what you want to do is you want to double team, and you want to just work this way in the pocket. You just want to work, and what's going to happen is you see how he kind of stutters right here and actually comes back and goes. You can actually throw this ball. This is open, but you need to be able to drift this way in the pocket. If you try to throw this ball from the pocket like I did, you're gonna end up throwing a pick, because you have to place this ball way up here, and it's just the easier throw the more outside you go. Now I love this running back curl right here, because what's going to happen here is that we're going to make the user have to be honest. So I like to keep them. I like to keep this streak too, just because when we start talking about match coverage, it really helps to have that streak. But you can be fine without it if you're talking about just base coverages. All right, so I'm gonna try to get enough time here. I'm not gonna spy anybody, but I'm gonna go ahead and set up for you again. That's X on the streak, R1 on the curl. Streak your slot receiver, motion over square. Now if you want to, you can motion over square back in if you want, but I personally think it works a little better if you leave them out wide. Now you want to double team this end, and you need to get outside of the pocket, so do your best. And right there I went right towards the pressure, but that's why I like spying, because all Madden practice mode is going to make me run it a billion times for you guys, and I don't want to do that, man. But in the actual game, you don't need this much time. It's just, for some reason, it's always been like this, where practice mode has just been absolutely crazy. I think I spied the dude. Okay, cool, I did. So, all right, so anyways, you want to be able to drift this way, and then you're going to throw it right in that gap, is what I was trying to explain literally this whole entire time. So let me kind of show you why I like this play. All right, so a lot of times what your opponents will do, they'll go ahead and deep half. They may even try to deep half both cornerbacks, but again, it's doing the let me see here. Let's go ahead and base line, and now I should be able to deep half him. Okay, there we go. So I'm not sure what's going on with this guy or what's going on here, but anyways, he's deep half. Just know that. I don't know why it's showing up as deep zone, but anyways, I like this play because even if they deep half, we'll still have a gap to throw this ball at. As long as you're able to drift outside right here, and you'll be able to pass lead and get a nice little possession catch, so your opponent can't deep half to guard that. So that's what I wanted to show you, that this play is just that good to where they just can't deep half. And again, I'm just showing you this again just so you can see why. So this streak is what really helps, because on Madden 23 next gen, On current gen, they would have probably picked this off, but next gen, they turn and react so slow that you're actually able to throw that, which normally isn't supposed to happen. So next coverage I want you guys to see against is cover 2. And again, you don't need to spy people. You don't need a ton of time. It's just, I don't want to keep having to run this play over and over again, because, you know, it's just, it defeats the purpose of the video if I have to keep running the play over and over again. But anyways, I just want you to see real quick that you just want to drift, and it's going to be the same thing to where that guy right there is going to get open basically every single time, and it's not going to matter what coverage they're in, you know. Only man, so they pretty much have to man it up. And again, what's cool about this play too is that sometimes you actually can throw this on the inside pass lead. Now I don't ever do it, so don't, because this is going to be an easy read. They can't zone drop that far, and if they do zone drop, the reason I love this versus cover 2 is because if they zone drop this cornerback to try to you know, help out over here, which he'll never do anyways, they're going to give up this comeback route wide open. And if they take their user and try to go guard it, a lot of times you'll have this guy right here, depending on where they're usering, obviously. But you see why I said I really like this setup. So that was cover 2. Now I want to show you cover 4 drop. And I'm not going to show you man coverage because it makes zero sense, because this is not a man beating play. This isn't something where I see man coverage and I call this. I call this versus zones when I see zone coverage. So again, here's cover 4 drop, and it's going to do the same exact thing. As long as you get a nice pass lead and you're able to move outside in the pocket, you will have that throw every single time. But again, you have to make sure that you're outside the pocket, okay? Please do not try this to make this throw inside the pocket. So for the rest of the video, what this is going to be just going over match coverage. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And again, this is the only setup I'm giving you guys today. So if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. But if you want to see how it looks versus match, we're going to take a look at cover 4 palms, we'll take a look at cover 4 quarters, and we'll take a look at cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters, and cover 6 is the main ones we're going to look at. So at the end of the video, I may show you what I would do against man coverage if I wanted to call triple out and they are playing man. I'll kind of give you a nice little setup. Again, that's just going to be after I talk about everything. So triangle on the streak, motion out square. You can do it in whatever order you want to, by the way. What happened to my circle route? Oh, we'll go ahead and reset it. It's been doing that to me a lot lately with my circle route, but we're going to go ahead and take a motion them out. And here we go right here. And I just want you to see what it looks like versus match coverage, all right? So again, you want to call this when you could drift out. And then what's cool is that we're going to have that little window. So I want to show you why this gets open versus match coverage also, so that way you can kind of get an understanding of what you're looking for. So the reason that this gets open is because of this guy right here. He kind of dumbs out. Because he's doing his job technically with the way this is supposed to work if we're talking about true match coverage style. But this is also, I think this is cover 6. Is this cover 6? Yeah, because he's soft squatting over here, so that's cover 6. So these two are having to play match principles. So really, he's the one right here, he is the one that's getting dumbed out right here. He's actually supposed to carry this route right here. He's supposed to carry this. He's supposed to stay right here. He's supposed to take him. He's supposed to take him. And so this is where the disconnect is right here. That's why he kind of goes back and bails late, and then he still doesn't cover anybody. So it's basically like glitching him out. He just doesn't cover anybody. So that's why that works, in case you were curious. So let's look at cover 4 palms. Again, this one is cover 4 palms. And we'll go and press. Now I'm pressing because this is 9 times out of 10 what you're going to see when you play match coverage. You're going to see somebody pressing. Now don't worry about it, everything's set up the way it's supposed to be. It's just doing a little glitch thing, which you guys already know already. But anyways, look at the circle, and then notice how we're going to be able to have him. Now it is a scarier of a throw versus cover 4 palms and all those, but you're definitely still able to make it, okay? And it gets open a little better in game also as well, I should mention. Now, what's cool about this is if they're playing match coverage, you're always going to have this comeback route. This quarter is never going to match. So the 3-rec, which is normally the user, is going to have to go user this. But most of the time what ends up happening when I run this play is he's going to end up playing aggressively right here, and I'm going to throw this. Or what I see happen a lot of times is the user may try to run and hurry up and cover this. And what happens here is I'll be able to throw this comeback route right out the break. So it's just cool just because that quarter is going to get glitched out just about every single time. So next we'll look at cover 4 quarters, and then we'll talk about man coverage, and then that's going to be the video. So I'm trying to work on making my videos a lot shorter for you guys. So I hope you guys are, let me know in the comments. That's where I find out the most feedback. is when you guys let me know in the comments, you know. So anyway, circle, you can tell is gonna just be wide open. Well, our definition of wide open. And again, we'll take a look at it and see if we have that comeback route, because that comeback route should be money against everything other than a cloud flat, you know, or soft squat cover 2 might play it. But anyways, right here, so cover 4 quarters, again, it's the same thing. We can throw this ball late if we want to. Notice how we can still throw this ball right here to him. So we have really a two-way read, if you will, because match coverage, it's him and him who gets glitched out. They just can't play this combination right, and that's why it's, you know, really effective. But last thing I will show you, I did say I wanted to show you something for man coverage. Now, for man coverage, one of the things I do like to do is take triangle. I will put them on a slant, and then I'll actually take circle right here, and then I'll actually just motion them across. So it's really simple. Well, I forgot to go to man coverage. Okay, so we should be at man now, and it's really simple. Why I like this now, you don't want to let him set. I like to motion snap him, but to me, this is a really simple read. You also can take square and put him on a zig. Did they let me put him on a zig? Okay, he's on a zig, but they're not going to show it. But you really want to read between the zig first, and then you want to read the slant, and you want to read that post last. If that makes sense. Now I'm gonna go ahead and motion them back and motion snap them, because you really want to motion snap this post. Well, it's a corner, as you know, but it turns into a post. You also can smart route by pressing triangle, circle, and hitting R1, and it's gonna let him come out his break just a little bit faster. But versus 2 high safeties, this style of man isn't that good. But let's see if we could buy some time. Just so I can kind of show you the read progressions on that, and then that's going to be the video. But again, I really like this as a man coverage variation, because you want to read the zig first just to see if it's open. It all depends on who you have as a route runner, what they're doing, if they're playing you know, over the top, if they're playing underneath. It all just depends on what they're doing, whether they're shading. But I like to have this just quick to see if he wins. If he doesn't, I like to look at the slant next to see if they're playing any purples, see if maybe they might cross pass where they bump, you know, see if we can get a slant open. Now my next read, to be honest with you, I love to read this tight end, because the user is going to decide between the slant and the in route. Normally they're going to take this little in route, they're going to leave the slant normally. And then lastly, if they don't have a safety, then I like to read this little post. And then this guy right here needs to be your best route runner, or at least your fastest guy, because you're banking on him, you know, running past the corner. That's what you're banking on, and you're banking on there being no safety, obviously. But if there is a safety, you just want to make this little three-way read between these 3 right here. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, though. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.